Dogs not going to be feeling too good about this up in the north as well. They're going to be working their way in towards this. TSM are just down towards the south, and ETG trying to make a move, and didn't go too good.
Yeah, Ubika just batters them both off the back of the bike. Ira now strikes as well. YMCA losing one player. Sadovnik finishes off and clutches the kill. That's job done, point in the bag for now. Lyran hoping this nade somehow by hook or by crook just finds its target. Ubika still chilling in there, maybe try and get Recrent back on his feet. It'd be really good. Lyron's having pressure from all the way up in the mountainside that at least removes him. And the first one, 2-1-2, will just try and blast through the smoke. Won't find any luck, but the nade actually finds its target. Another one like that, and they're both dead.
Honestly, thinking about that peak, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if this is patched out yet where you could do the right side peak. That's a little bit broken. So I'm not sure. Again, please correct me. I'll try and find out from the guys behind us if that's still in this or not, because obviously they don't play necessarily on the live patch. So it could be a little different. That might be why he was not leaning. He was going for the standout. There was a little bit of a controversy around that, and I think most people who keep up to like the Reddit sort of thing, keep up with the kind of cheeky goss that goes down. Wacky Jackie almost ruined everyone's time in PUBG for a while. But it wasn't him who found it. Anyway, WS15 on the move, looking for their way forward as well. They're to try and work their way down, kind of following the steps of Liquid. Liquid have made it further back, but Ibby's still on that side. So Ibby's in no man's land. He's almost in enemy territory at this point. So he needs to be very careful with what he does here. I don't know if WS15 want to hunt this, or if they're going to just try and find their next route forward.
Ibby will still be crawling around off screen for now. The rest of Windstreak just up on the hillside, so they have to be careful because they are exposed to any Team Liquid members that want to come jumping down. Speaking of jumping down, Buster will go down, Sadovnik sees him, puts him on the floor for now. Lyron will escape the casino, but players will have his number and be able to see angles from upside that hill should they be looking this way. It's going to be a very dangerous run. It is a dangerous run. It's actually death from behind, unfortunately. The circle will begin to hurt. What hurts more is the flames, the fires just melting him down. Recrent tagging away. But the dot damage, actually, he does survive through, so Recrent will still know he's there. Can't push in 2-1-2.
Look at this north side.
Nothing he can do.
The Diamond Dogs are trying to make the run now. TSM are under fire from, not too far away. And actually, surprisingly, Phantom goes down in the end. They were the ones who did so much damage on the way through. Now, IG fighting out in the east. They have got the first step there. That's good. That could maybe get them to work in towards the circle. But now the Diamond Dogs made the first move. They made the leap from the north, ahead of WS15, ahead of Liquid, and they might have just got in. I don't know how much fire they're going to get now because they are now in the dangerous position that everyone's looking their way. And you're seeing the kill feed just light up. This is the sort of circle that now punishes anyone who by chance wasn't safe, wasn't in those middle positions, wasn't sitting on the right side of the road. It's as simple as it is. TSM now shifting further forward. They're working their way from the northeast. Fire coming in from Liquid, way up in the north, trying to gatekeep out WS15. And what this does is buy a bit of time for this man. Ibby might be on just a mission now. Just frag out. Do what you can. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to cross in this scenario. If he does, it's very lucky, and I think he's going to get punished now. He's been spotted, he's been called out, and that could be points for them on the board. 3
solid positions here. Tornado Energy, Salt, and WTSG. All main compounds, all main areas. Salt, you will be able to have teams allowed in the back of the graveyard, which is rather unfortunate if you get that because you've got enemy at the gates. If you can keep people at bay, then do so, but they don't. They have one team in there sharing it with them. Tornado Energy could mop the hell up here. They have buildings which will give them a level 2 platform to look down upon. Team Liquid, WS15, they all have to floor to them. TSM as a bigger extent, you have the ditches, you can play off the back of that. But IG have got different ideas whatsoever. They found one Michael, he's gone, they're removing from the field. This is the area that I spoke about. It's fragile. It's not great, but it's something. And at the moment, Windstreak and IG, they're all just having a field there. They just finish him off from different angles. Yeah,
IG up the top here can pretty much be literal kings of the hill. TSM, sadly, the timing was a little bit misplaced, and sadly, the positioning wasn't good enough. Everyone was looking at them, and even in their positions when they're split up quite nicely, a lot of vision was put down their way. They might be able to recover a few players so they can maybe look towards late game, just try and snake it in, and just hope that the team's kind of applying pressure from further north and, such and so on, get distracted elsewhere, but they don't have a sustainable spot. Now, Tommel's going to do some damage. That's good for the Dogs. They need a couple of points here and there. They have managed to worm their way in on the north, and now Liquid make their move. And it's Tornado Energy on the other side. If you're watching this, the fire's coming in. This car is looking all kinds of bad. If he's gone down, Mexi is trying to make something happen for himself, try and find a bit of sustain. Not gonna happen. There he goes. I think K-Mine's still alive, trying to make it on foot, but this is just a massacre. All of those teams on the outskirts have now been slaughtered. WS15 have been dealt with. We do see 7 trying to make their stand, trying to find a way forward. But even for them right now, Tizeran's still pretty far out, and he's on the other side of the road to the other teammates. They're on the eastern side. He's still on the west.
2-1-2, K-Mine, Tizeran, all in very fragile positions. All 3 of these teams should be going down, because once they come out from the safety of that hillside, Tornado Energy, YMCA, they will all have open vision of them, and they should be dead. Blaze, the first one to go. 13th position is their grave. Brexico, speaking of grave, next to the graveyard. 3 teams now inside circle. Where does she go? She centralizes up. Tornado Energy have to come out of the safety net of the buildings. There's still one there, maybe even the second one, if they want to place themselves within it, utilize that. WTSG, this is an interesting one for them. This is where they have to now fight for their money. They had an absolutely beautiful area. It's one where we see circles like to hit sometimes. More importantly, it's defensive. There's a bit of a blockade going around it. Now they have to extend their arms reach. Now they have to kill people on arrival and keep people away from the edge of this circle, because they will be creeping into the late game.
YMCA are going to make the move. They're sending out players one by one. I like this covering fire. They're leaving 2 back to keep some pressure towards 7. That's quite nice. It gives the boys moving a chance, and it may not be a good one, but it's at least a chance. And that's what they've got to bank on here. Exalt, Salt, however you want to call it. I kind of like calling them Salt. Are keeping a lot of people on their toes, but they just lost out on Monkey, and that's a bit of a loss because we know who's on the way. Omicron finishing first in the last game, now knocking at the door, looking towards the graveyard like it could be a bit of a party over here, and they're slowly creeping in, and they don't have that many teams behind them. Welcome to South George could get there and could find fun towards that, but then you look at 7, could do the same to them, so there's no easy way forward here for many of these teams.
Next big fight will be WTSG and 7. 7's encroaching on their position. They've yet to show their hand. Now Krabbit gets spotted out. Good read from VAR to look there for any last-minute creepers. And now it's the field day. The hammer comes down. Ira finds 2. VAR's also there. If they can clean this up, this is beautiful work from them. Holding the outside of the circle in this scenario, that's all they have left, and that's their only option.
I love watching Iro play. This guy, he's still been impressive, and I think as an individual, he still is impressive. There goes the final member. 7 kind of, I guess, succumbed to defeat at that point, knowing that their days were numbered. South George now gets some pressure removed. They're looking towards K-Mine. That's a point and a big name to take down. The remainder of Liquid. The rest of his team fell earlier on towards Tornado Energy and just about everyone else. Vard's going to claim it. We're down to 7 teams, 26 players. Salt holding firm towards the building they took. Those weird little team nades, everything happening. It was a bit of a meme, but it's worked out well for them. IG have taken control of the northeast. Tornado Energy, while all this happened, did make it across the road. So for them, not bad.
Double drop comes in. It's in no man's land, and it's definitely bait for anybody who wants to go for it. But if you do get it, you will be rewarded. 4 men and a shack and just praying for dear life. YMCA have to come out eventually, and they have an open road directly in front of them. One grenade, one player somehow managed to land it in there. That's 4 easy points in the bag and a placement nonetheless. One team we've been quiet on because they've yet to show their face. Omicron. They're just to the south of the graveyard. They have been creeping. They have been quiet. And now it's their time to make a move. And more importantly, what's good for them, Lauren? The church is in, and it's really next door to them.
Yeah, I was going to say, in a way, it's between them and Welcome to South George as to who wins out on that southern approach. But I feel like with the positioning that Omicron have, it should be theirs all day long. But they are looking towards IG as a potential fight to start with up in the east, maybe to deny the peak. But we have to look towards the north as well. IG have 2 players kind of polar east still, but they have 2 slightly further north. So Pixel's up there, Odroslovac is up there, and they're facing off against 4 players of Tornado Energy. So it's a bit of a tricky scenario for them to then navigate through. Welcome to South George, going to have to deal with YMCA. They are out in the kind of no man's land area. They're on the shrink that has to come in. So they are not happy about this, and we saw the position. It was far from paramount.
Difficult times for WTSG. Should they engage and show themselves to Omicron, Omicron can essentially get ahead of the circle, get ahead of the curve, and block them out. The only thing I don't want to see from WTSG is they bottleneck themselves. They focus too hard on YMCA. It's easy 3 points for them, I agree. But if Omicron backbuild this and go behind them, they could literally put everything they've been building so far and just throw it into the dirt. Omicron look like they're disconnecting and just say, okay, we'll go for the safety net, we'll take the building. Exalt continue on to YMCA. They're another team that get an eye line on this one. YMCA have got about a 10-meter run to get out of their eye line of the crossfire here. If they make it, then WTSG will happily throw a grenade and get involved. Through the smoke we go. Nades up eventually from this side. There it is. Bye-bye.
Yeah, nice on nade to close that out. Welcome South George going to claim, and that's why they want those points building, and they have made it through towards the southern side. And Makun, in the meantime, was kind of quieter about it, and I like that. They were playing towards the longer game. They didn't really want to get into that scrappy fight, because by that point, I'm pretty sure all of these teams were stabilized and been able to pick them off, taking over Welcome South George's position if they did try and fight them. Welcome South George, however, are now not done. They're starting to like the kind of feeling that they're getting here. They're starting to look a little bit more deadly from the south, firing across towards Tornado Energy, matching their opposing side in a way. And Tornado Energy are getting a lot of attention. That's the last thing they want in that situation.
Exalt waiting, central circle. Homer can hold both buildings, and it's merely to stop people advancing forward. Page gives his teammates somewhere to work with, to be fair. Regardless of where the circle goes, it's more centralized, so his teammates can at least meet him up, keep people at arm's length and keep them away from that. Tornado, fair amount of work to do. They may shift all the way and swing it, go towards the east, because in the west, it's just, they're just dead. It's as simple as that. Interesting scenario here where the circle will hit. You've got these two crates, which I know it's gear, but more importantly, it could be cover. You could take advantage of that. You could use this to your advantage. IG see this inside, are now inside the circle. They can't go too far because once they leave this security net, this tiny little shack that they're going to be working with, Exalt can have a field day. And Tornado Energy, well, the smokes are up. It could be a baity one. Melman's on his own, trying to find an avenue of approach on this one, but I tell you what, every single angle, they've got three teams who can see them. If it's not Exalt, it's inside. If it's not inside, it's WTSG.
Yeah.
They're in trouble.
Yeah, and I don't know how much utility they've got left at this point. It can't be much. Surely they are down to dwindling amounts. There was a smoke there on Melman, so that's a bit of a loss. Even in the short term, they could have maybe tried to find a way in, prone down. It's small, though. You're clutching at straws here. There's very little left for them in the north, and I think they know that. They've tried pretty much every angle, but they basically are like 4v10, maybe 12 right now, which is really far from ideal. So I think they're just trying to find a way in, if possible. I saw tags from Monkey from afar. That's from the centralized building. So they're kind of, you know, I guess, plumb in the middle of all of this. What happens? Iroh's trying to stretch his legs. Works well for, Welcome South George, because that means that the side that has really good vision towards where Welcome South George would potentially work towards, they'll be removed. So really nice for them. That's going to pay off down the line. That does alleviate that sort of issue from that area. And now we need to look elsewhere. Who's going to find the next fight? Because Omakan just lost a player. Not flushed, but now the damage in the graveyard. Who's going to be put in one? The nade came out. Oh, the shot! It's so precise from Page. But the nade comes back in, and that flushes Ivor.
This gives Inside an opportunity to creep around the graveyard and maybe just eye up some other players. Udia, Hanseong.
IG, they're about to go in.
It's time to, they want to get involved in this one. Vard at least answers back onto T-Bone. Nades are going to go up and over. We'll see if we can get another one knocked. Monkey finds another player, and at the moment, IG, they're just getting caught off individually. They're not watching their backside. They're focusing too much towards this AD Omakan fight. Adept will at least get the player back on the feet, but they're in the smoke. Sam Peak will be able to creep forward and just await them.
I haven't seen this much action, I guess, in a graveyard since I was watching Buffy about 10 years ago. Great TV show, that. Absolutely
That's an old one for you.
Sarah Michelle Gellar. Confusing times. Regardless, Inside Games now looking for a way inside. I don't know how well they're going to do here. You do still have AD there. You've got Phantom and I think Noki just kind of hovering around there. They're holding in the kind of mausoleum. They're waiting it out. They're trying to hold on. Because on one side, on the south, you have Omakan. Already did a bit of damage, but they lost one in the process. And now you're going to see the contact made from IG. Zampeak's right there, and you're going to look for more. He's going to get it down. That's Noki left kind of in pieces, and I don't think anything's going to come from that. No revives potential at all. As IG actually, step by step, are kind of clearing through this. As I don't think so actually have good vision towards this. With the smokes in place, it's worked out very well. And speaking of working out very well, is this bit of vision here?
I think that's T-Bone's second knock, potentially. So Page and T-Bone will just bleed out. I don't know how Vazku can get them. He can. It's as simple as that. He's already been damaged himself. He's hiding down in smoke cover. IG somehow, again, I have no idea how they've made it to this point, just by playing edge and creeping in slowly when engagements have been going down. I suppose there's something to be said, moving under the cover of fire and other teams going at one another. It's really worked out for them. They are at the door. There isn't too much you can do. When Circle goes central, they'll have to move forward, but Exalt will have them held back at gunpoint by the throat. This could be problematic if WTSG gets an angle on Pixel.
Yeah, Welcome South George just tried to move a couple of players up, and they've got Vard up. That was it. That was this run. I don't think they're going to get much more. Nice work from Shiv. How do they still have nades? Exalt Salt have been holding this so well. Now they know there's players just down the ridge for them. This has to put Salt on notice. Shiv's already working on it. He's trying to be, I guess, proactive, but he got called off on the timing. Free kill, already peeking it. Shiv trying to find the timing, maybe catch him on a peek here, get that control in his favor. Nade comes out, though. This could be the free kill. Uh-oh, Deer's there now. He's not alone. He's got teammate Shiv. Makes it back inside, and Salt just have to slow down for a second. Things are getting hectic. They're being surrounded on all fronts.
If you decide to inject yourself out the backside of the building, you'll have WTSG to deal with. Vazku finally found. Exalt knock him out. 4 position for them. 3 teams standing. Still plenty of players on this one with 12. All 4 on either side. Up and over we go. WTSG, they'll put the smokes down because it's time to make this run. And it's an open run, and there's 2 teams staring at them. But Vard gets the opener. That's a good start. This could be fantastic.
Getting Vard into that position was absolutely huge. He was the big centerpiece that they were trying to put into play. The rest of them, I don't know if they can make the run, as Inside Games made the move at the correct time for themselves, but Salt's about to move out towards Vard. He's going to have to deal with a couple of these players. Free kill goes down, Monkey's there, finds one, trade comes back in. Vard is doing the work, and that's exactly what they needed. Deer wants to try and fold on this, maybe get a frag back. Miraku now, in line, nade in hand. That always makes me nervous. We know what they can do with these sort of things, and they're dealing with threats on the other side. This could be huge for Welcome South George. They still have 2 standing. The nade found his place, but can he find any more? No. That's going to just roll short as IG try and stabilize, but Vard looks hungry. Pixel finds Miraku, and we're down to 3 teams. We still have Shiv alive. We still have Udir standing, if I'm not mistaken. No, Udir's just been flushed. Vard is doing everything he can. That's 7 kills, making it 8 if he can find Shiv, who just hits the deck. Zampeak left, Ostrolovak in front, 2 teams. Vard, can he pull off the 1v2? This would be incredible. Double peak, not gonna happen. Inside Games, too calm under pressure, and what a game from them.
Nice to see the double push at the end. Sometimes teams will kind of fall apart in that scenario where you see a 2 versus 1, your teammates are just dropping like flies, but they work as a duo. They hit Vard, the animal, the machine at the end there. I'm not entirely sure how many he dropped, but he was banging points on the board for his roster. Fantastic work, but it is, at the end, Inside who get the job done.
Inside Games, I've got to say, loved how they played out of that. Their positioning, it felt it was on a knife's edge. Could have gone one way, they could have fallen towards the likes of Omikun in a very similar position, but on the southern side, both working their way in forward. But the angle, they were able to occlude, I think it was Salt or Exalt, however you want to call it, Monkey and the boys, and just find that position right at the door. I'm so happy you got to see that ending. And also, I almost thought Vard was going to do that. If his helmet and vest was in a slightly better position, he could have done something. But again, I'm glad that you highlighted it, the double peak. It's really, really well done.
Well, you can go for the instant refrag, right? Regardless of what happens, if he somehow manages to knock a player,
almost impossible.
He can't get the flush, so you're going to deny the point regardless. And at that point, unless he just does something ballistic, then it can happen. We have seen it happen, but the double peak's real, at least for now. Honestly, another fantastic game.
Is that a man on like